Board. Thank you, computer. All right, got it. Excellent. Okay. Getting us pretty close to the action. All right. So we're making some Halloween cards. And these are both fun folds. So these are the two we're gonna make. They feature this cute Halloween paper, which is really cute. And so this one is kind of like an accordion fold. It kind of like, you know, comes out. So that's the lighter purple one. And then the darker purple one has like a fun little fold back flap. I think we've done this fold before. This one's new though. I haven't done this fold before. So, let's do the dark purple one first. So in your packets, you should have one that's darker than the other, right? So light purple, dark purple. Who knew purple was such a great Halloween color? And then I just wanted to, you know, I know we've all been using this stamp set for a while, the banner year, and mine had lost its sticky and like, I don't know, there was a lot, it just felt like it wasn't working very well. So I put them all in a little bath with some Dawn soap. And as long as you don't lose any, which there was one of these small ones that I had to rescue out of luckily I did it in a bowl and then I did it in another bowl. So I didn't lose any down the sink. But anyway, be careful, but you can wash them in a little bit of Dawn soap and they will regain their sticky. So now it'll actually stick to my blocks again. But these guys eventually, they just kind of wear off. So we're gonna need, for this one, we need the Happy Haunting and the Bat. Although remember, you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to actually see if I can fit them both on the same block. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to put them both together on the same block so that I don't have to stamp each one individually. So, all right, I'm going to put my sample card over here so that we've always got him kind of with us. And let's take a look at this one. So it's pretty easy. The card base has a scored flap here. So we're just going to score that flap back. If you have a bone folder or something, you know, a paper creaser to kind of, you know, do that, that's great. I just like to, so it lays flat, it's easier to work with. And then we're actually going to put some adhesive behind here and glue that flap down. You don't need a lot. It's not going anywhere, but just a little bit of adhesive. And then we've got a couple strips of fun paper. So there's a black and a polka dot on the back. With the bats, if you have a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern on your piece, you want to make sure the jack-o'-lantern is pointed up. Because, let me go ahead and spotlight. Because the bats, this guy's actually hanging upside down, and you can see it better on my sample. See how he's upside down? Well, he's a bat. So that makes sense, right? So we just want the jack-o'-lantern to be facing up. So some of your bats will be upside down and some of them will be right side up. But as long as the jack-o'-lantern's up, then you're good to go. I got a card from someone and the jack-o'-lantern was upside down and I was really confused. So anyway, all right. And you can put these on your piece here. You can do whatever you want. I like to have the bats, more bats showing. So I put them on the back flap. There we go. So there's my bats and then my candy. I saw that somebody went through and painstakingly colored each of these candy pieces. I was like, oh my, that's too much. That's a lot of work. It's cute black and white. All right. And then we have a white piece for the inside. On this one, I went ahead and stamped one of the little, there's like a little spider web in the set. If you want to do that, I would recommend you do it before you put it in the card, just because it'll be easier, you know, to get it where you want it. So maybe I'll stamp a couple of spider webs, you know, for Halloween authenticity. There. And then once we've got that, then we're just going to tuck that in here. You could not put this strip in here, but I think it will make it look nice and finished, and it'll be easier to write on. Nice. And so you're going to leave a pretty big gap between these two, just so that you don't see the white, you know, when the card is closed. And then we've got our little punched piece, and we're going to stamp our bat and our happy haunting. So again, if you wanted to mount them both together, you would kind of put your happy haunting on here, right? And then you'd put your bat down. And you say, okay, yep, that's how I want it to go. And then mount it. And now we'll put ink on it. And definitely you want your bat pretty dark, so ink it well. And then just kind of hold it down for a second so that all the ink can come off the stamp. So count 1, 2, 3. And then there we get a nice black bat. If you don't hold it down, you might get kind of a spotty bat. It'll look a little gray. But if we hold it down, then we'll get a nice solid bat. And we'll put a couple dimensionals on the back. And then I included some strips of stars, star stickers in your packages. It might be in one card or the other, but you have a strip of orange, a strip of purple, and a strip of black. More than you'll need for sure to make the card. The one thing about these is that when you pick them up, a lot of them like end up losing their sticky on the back. So you can always re-stick it to the sticky, or you could get another glue dot and like stick it that way. Or if it's easier for you to, if you've got the take a pick tool and you want to just like lift it off carefully with the take a pick tool, that might help you to keep it on its sticky. But I will say that they're not, I mean, they're really cute, but they definitely come off their base. And this one looks weird. I'm going to take that one off. It's like broken. Oh, whoa. Oh, the back came off of that one. Oh, I've never seen that before. Okay, well, we're going to try again on that. How's that sound? All right, there. Better. Never seen that before. All right, how we doing? They're like twins. All right, I'm gonna clean my stamps. Questions, concerns, comments, anything? Doing okay? Stick these guys back in here. We won't need these for the next one. Okay. Hearing no objections, I will move to the next card. All right, so lay that one over there just so we can have it in eyesight. And then this one, so we've got a piece here on the front that we did some embossing on. And then we've got a strip of the paper. We've got a little ghosty, a piece that we're going to stamp. And then on the inside, oops, there's an extra star sticker just randomly hanging out. That's funny. On the inside, I ended up stamping a little pumpkin down here. I don't love him. So, you know, if you decided to do that, great. If not, that's okay. You also might not have all the ink colors you need to do that. But we do have in the set, we have a pumpkin, we have the topper to the pumpkin, and we have the little jack-o'-lantern face. So, so definitely an option for you if that's something you want to use. The stamp set's really great. I mean, I'm glad it came back this year. Sometimes these stamp sets don't survive, but this one's really cute. So in our light purple kit, the pieces we have are the card base, and then we've got a piece of striped paper. You might have this tiny skinny stripe, or you might have this big stripe. There wasn't enough to give everybody the same stripe, so and then there's a little ghost. Isn't he cute? We're going to cut him out. There is a strip of the orange paper, so we can do the, you know, do the little sentiment. And then you've got your really cool embossed piece. It's hard to tell which way is up. I think this might be up. And then you've also got a strip of paper for the inside. So some people got this. I think I'm the only person maybe who got this. Maybe a few people got this other pattern. So just, you know, FYI. If it's not trimmed right, which this one's definitely not trimmed right, see how like it goes over the edge? That's no big deal. All we have to do is get our glue and line it up on one corner or one edge. Oh, I got some extra glue there. Let me rub that off. All right. All you have to do is line it up on one corner. Oh, it's very sticky. And then just get your scissors, flip it over so that you can see how much you're over, right? And trim it off. But it's easier just to go ahead and get it flush on one end and then trim the other end off. All right, so let's work on the construction of this card. So the major pieces of this is the card base, and it's got a score line. So we're gonna fold that back, just like we did the last one, right? Where we're gonna fold it back towards the front. And I'm gonna score it. The only difference this time is that we're going to take this white panel that has the embossing on it, and we're going to adhere it to the front. So this becomes the front of the card, and that's what makes that really cool accordion piece. And all I did was score this front panel in half and then just fold it back. So in order to glue this to the front without gluing the whole card together, because I've done that, I would recommend you just put some adhesive on the front. Just don't go all the way to the edge, because there's a little bit of a border with the purple. So just put some adhesive on the front of that panel right here. And then we're gonna stick this right there. And then we're gonna rub just to make sure. All right, so now we've got our front panel. Now we can glue our inside panel in. Way down to do that. And then we've got our striped piece that we're going to glue on the front. I'm going to bring this guy back over so you can see him. So just with a little bit, you know, of a border there, we're going to glue our stripe piece down. Oh. And you might like the back of your piece instead. You might say, oh, I want to do those funny guys instead. I'm going to keep it on the stripe for this one though, because I want attention on the ghost. All right, so we got our stripe piece down. All right, so now our little ghost, this is the easiest thing to cut out. So you just want to leave a little halo of the purple all the way around the edge. That's what makes it easier. And this is called fussy cutting, where we cut something out. And when you do that, you move the paper, not the scissors. So your scissors stay still and you move the paper, and that's what lets you cut out a very cute little ghost. All right. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. This is a scrap that I gave myself. Your piece is a lot bigger, but I would recommend that you stamp as far as you can over to the left, and then you'll just cut that one little angle piece. So I'm gonna mount both of those guys. Boo, a treat so sweet. And again, I'm gonna hold it 1, 2, 3, and lift it up. And yours won't be so tight. Mine's definitely a scrap of sorts that I was just trying to make use of. Then we need a couple dimensionals. So we're gonna put a couple behind the tag. And then flip our ghost over. You can put a couple behind him. And then you can kind of, you know, put him where you want to put him. And then you can layer the label on top. And then again, put a few of the cute little stars on your project. And there you go. So there is a coordinating stamp and punch that goes with this set. It's called Cutest Halloween, and it's got a whole set. You can make your own pumpkins and cats and ghosts and skulls. And then there's a punch that also punches out the ghosts and the cats and the pumpkins. So, but I don't think it's necessary. And we have a lot of really cute sentiments in our set. So I thought we could do something really fun with what we have. So yay. Okay. So then next month, we're going to do Christmas, which will be fun. So these are the guys we had for today. And then next month, we're doing Christmas. So Christmas wishes and be merry. Maybe we'll play around with the holly. And there's that funny Santa hat and the squirrel, which is funny. I was able to make that Santa squirrel last year. So we'll play around with this and some of the new pretty Christmas papers to make some really nice Christmas cards next month. So I'm gonna stop the recording so that we have a nice clean, hopefully recording. Yep.